Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and as promised, I'm bringing you a 2 for Tuesday with Johnny Lightning, and it's going to be on their 63 Ford Galaxie 500. And this is from their used car series back in, I think it was 2001. So there's two variations, variation A, and then variation B. So we're going to go in order. We'll start with variation A, and we'll take a look at the fun facts as we usually do. So it says around mid-year in 1963, the massive 427 cubic inch motor rated at 425 horsepower replaced the 408 cubic inch racing motor. The Galaxie's nameplate was inspired by the space race happening during the 1960s. Even the tail lights look like rocket boosters. That's pretty cool. I didn't really know that's what they were inspired by, but you can kind of see that. So anyways, this car is limited to one of 15,800, which is high, but considering like Hot Wheels and other things, it's really not that high. So let's go ahead and get him off the card. I have not taken this one loose, but as I've showed you guys before, these cards are very nice. Like the blisters and stuff come off very easily without tearing like cards, paper, and such for the most part. I mean, sometimes you'll get some that are a little bit more stubborn, but if you just work it slowly, you can get it to flip up just like that, where it just tears the paper that is adhered to the blister itself. So you can take the car out and then close it back down, and you can't even see where it was torn open. If you wanted to re-glue it so you could display it carded once again, you could do that. So anyways, let's take a look at this car up close. And this is one of my favorite like wheel and tire combos for a factory car. The poverty caps on a steel rim. I don't like really the fancy wheels and such. I mean, I do, but the poverty caps on the Stillies always look really good, and these are color matched to the body. When the light hits it, you can tell that they are burgundy, and this is done in a heritage burgundy poly. So really nice looking color, and it is nice that the wheels are color matched. I just thought they were black Stillies, but they're not. But when you get into these darker colors, it's kind of hard to tell. So it is a maroon, well, burgundy, sorry. And the roof seems to have some kind of like imperfections in the paint, which it's okay, but kind of disappointing when you have like, I don't know, $6 premium car. You don't expect to have any kind of flaws in it. If it's a mainline Hot Wheel for $1.25, I can find it more acceptable. But these are kind, I can feel it, so it feels like it's in the clear. Maybe it can be rubbed out, but still, yeah, beautiful looking car. And these, I think they're plastic roofs. I think these are done like how Oddworld and Green Light do some of their hard tops. They share the same casting with the convertible, so the top is plastic. It's part of the window bucket sometimes. So anyways, going along, nice detail on the front grille. In a way, it does not have any like vertical or horizontal lines in it. It just looks like a piece of aluminum, actually, and there's no detail to the emblem in the grille either. The headlights are detailed, the marker lights are detailed and such. The bumper is kind of detailed with bumper bolts and things like that, so not that bad. Green Light has a 67 Coronet that is done like this, and the car is beautifully done, but they did not add any detail in the grille. I don't know why, but it's just flat piece of aluminum is what it looks like with some headlights. And they even did the RT badge in it, I think, but still no lines for like the grille opening. Kind of disappointing, but still not bad. The hood does open, and it does have nice engine detail that you can see down in there. so not too bad what we can see. And then you see you have your emblems on the fender leg, and then even on the front part of the fender, you have those, I think they're cross flags for the 427. Some other bezel emblem on the rear quarter. And all the window trim is detailed. The vent windows are detailed. So pretty nice casting, actually. And this has kind of like a diamond pattern to the back here. So the rear aluminum panel across the deck lid is pretty nice. Across, I don't know, the rear valence. But it's a rear deck lid, I would say. I think it's part of the trunk. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it opens here at the trim. I'm not a big Ford guru, so I'm not really familiar with the cars. They do have the 500 emblem there, which is kind of cool. So you have a lot more detail on the back side than you do the front side. But overall, the car is pretty nice. Die-cast chassis, and it is riveted together. And it does have rubber tires, and these are the style that you can just kind of pop off with the wheel. It has a hub on the back, so they're very easy to wheel swap with other Johnny Lightning cars. So overall, it's a nice casting, and it looks to be pretty much true to scale. If we take Auto World's 62 Impala, which would pretty much be the same car, I mean, that same size car from the same era, the length is pretty much the same. The width is pretty much the same. So setting them down next to each other, it looks to be true to 1/64 scale, because Johnny Lightning is notorious for being under 1/64, where Hot Wheels is more notorious for being over. So this is one of the Johnny Lightnings that seem to be true. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the other one with a different wheel and tire combo. This is more of like the stock family car one. I would say this one doesn't have the 427 or anything like that. This has wide whites with hubcaps. And the okay facts here, the Ford Galaxie was notoriously too heavy for racing. Time after time, it was lightened in creative ways to increase its power to weight ratio. And demand for the Ford Galaxie peaked in 1963 with nearly 650,000 units produced. Wow, that's quite a few. And yeah, this is one of the things that was notoriously known about all of these cars in the early 60s. That's why, like in 64, they came up with the idea, well, Pontiac did, to shove a big V8 in their Le Mans midsize car. And that's why it's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the inspiration for many other manufacturers to follow in its footsteps. So, anyways, that is one of the things that was great about the 64 that we started seeing our muscle cars, smaller cars. But yeah, a lot of these big cars, including the Pontiac Catalina, they had one with the Swiss cheese frame where they drilled holes, took a hole saw and put holes in the frame to lighten them up, put an aluminum front end on it, aluminum bumper. So they did a lot of stuff to lighten these cars up because they were big, big boats. So let's get this guy out the car. I've already peeled it back and had him out to look at him. And anyways, this is very nice looking car. This one doesn't have any paint issues on the roof. And once again, I think it is plastic. I'll try rubbing that out later. It should come out because it feels like it's in the clear. And this is like a, what color is this? It is a champagne poly. And it looks like it's got the matching interior. So pretty cool looking car. And once again, same details and such. And it is a 427. I see the plate says 427. I didn't even look at the other one. Yeah, they both say 427. So this would be a one heck of a sleeper because it looks like an old man's car with the hubcaps and wide whites. And opening hood once again. Nice detail down in there. So pretty nice model. If you're a Ford fan, these probably would be a must-have. The one that I know of that is out right now is the 64 Galaxie from Auto World, the latest release of them with the teardrop hood. Those are awesome looking, and both of them are running the poverty caps, the steel rims. They look fantastic. So that's a set that I wouldn't mind even having to keep in my collection. But these will probably end up on eBay for sale eventually. So if you're interested, hit me up in the comments or get me on IG. So thank you for watching, guys, and enjoy your week. I'll be back on Friday to do a Free It Friday with some mini GT stuff. Thank you.